Welcome back to what I assume is the finale of Silent Hill 2, or at the very least the penultimate episode, and we will go from there. See back, plugged it back in. I mean, hopefully it works. It's the healer just shenanigans, right? Versus about, I'm not a huge ride person. I want to look at everything, get overstimulated by the scenery. Sometimes you just need that, though. Like, vacation destinations are an interesting topic because of price points, especially because things are getting more and more expensive. I'm pretty sure you use those in Silent Hill 1 to save. I think it is a really cool thing to, like, I could see, you know, using like CDs and a Walkman to save. That would be pretty fun. You know, those that just don't know what a Walkman is.
You know, kids nowadays don't even know what an iPod is, so.
That actually hurt me, though. That actually really hurt me to hear just now. That is a real thing you just said to me. I don't like that. What do you mean? I mean, yeah, circa what? 2000 and what? 7-ish? Thanks, I hate it. I hate all of that. Huge Terminator ride. I feel like
I had an iPod all the way up to 2012. 2013 was when phone memories really like expanded and phased out MP3 players.
I mean, yeah, just throw the MP3s on your MP3s on your phone at that point.
I want to say the last iPod came out in like 2013, 2014, then they disappeared after that because there's no reason to have them.
Yeah, I always remember Walkmans, Cause, and MGSV, and Peace Walker reminds me of that all the time. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. It's just technology of the era. I'm not going. No.
I think ironically, Apple was the one that killed the iPod in the first place with the iPhone. When the iPhone came out, that was like the first all-in-one, and then everyone else said, "Oh yeah, we can play music on our phones too."
Yeah. Well, it's just a file at that point. It's just an MP3. Like, there's nothing really special about that. And I remember iTunes when iTunes was good. Like, I remember, well, when it actually existed, right? When you could actually, you know, pay $1.99 or whatever for a song. Man, those were good days. I love being able to buy something and just like, yeah, I just own the MP3. That'd be super cool.
You can still do that.
Can you? I don't think you can.
You can.
I mean, people sell the 7 Cs for MP4s, MP3s, and FLAC files.
I buy all my music on Amazon. Amazon has an iTunes type shop. You can go and buy digital music, and you can buy the full album, or you can just buy it by the song.
But do you actually own it, or like, is it just a license to access it for the period of time they say that's?
No, you own it. It gets added to your account, so you can download it anytime. But once you download it, it's just a file on your computer.
Interesting.
Doesn't have any copyright protections. You can do whatever you want with it.
Literally didn't even know this was a thing, if I'm being honest.
That's how I've been getting all my music. If I actually like the band, I'll buy their albums. And then I'll go see them when they're live. Whenever they're nearby, I'll go buy merch. I'll throw $60 for a hoodie if I really like them.
I mean, yeah. Okay, that was a recording. Goodbye button. Look, I mean, as much as people shitpost about shit like that, I mean, at the end of the day, at least it is clarified that you do not own a product, right? Like, and that's the thing. If I don't say buy and purchase if I'm not buying and purchasing the item or the product, right? Like, don't bullshit me. That's a big one for me, at least. Like, just say, yeah, you're buying a key. Well, really, you're. But technically, it's legally not leasing, and it's like, then say rent or literally anything else. Don't use buy if we're not using the already well-established definition of buying a product. I don't know. This is just my bias. I feel like it's because I just am over the age of 20-something.
Bitch, you ain't 20 anymore.
Oh, I'm 30 and it hurts. Zune, I forgot fucking Zune even existed. Why are you going in the elevator, James? No, not like this. Basement. Metallica. No, I cannot sing anything Metallica because that would immediately get their. They love to allegedly get litigious. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna ruin this guy's day.
Big frosted, dude. When are we bringing frosted tips back, though? Actually,
Frosted Tips never went out of style in Flavor Town.
I guess that's fair. On smoking roof, right? That and Ozzy Osbourne. I won't actually use either of their songs in anything I do. Like, because I don't save the stream VODs. Like this, episodic wise, like I save these, but I cut out anything I use. Like today, allegedly, not that anyone can confirm or deny. Maybe there was a little bit of Sabaton. No one can confirm or deny that, obviously, as the VOD no longer exists. But like, no, even like, no, I will not touch Metallica. I will not touch Ozzy Osbourne. Look, love Crazy Train like the next guy. Much as the next guy. Super game with that. I do not want to, in any way, shape, or form, bring down the legal ire of either of those entities.
I was about to say, Sharon's gonna come at you like a fucking honey badger.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing is, I feel like I'm not even like a person who's like, copyright sucks and doesn't need to exist. Like, I'm actually fairly okay with copyright as a concept, right? Like, when it's not abused, it's like. Because at its core, it's like, well, who authorized you to use our track, right? How is this transformative, right? And there is a point at which, yeah, it can absolutely be seen as an abuse. But, like, I'm not even opposed to the concept of copyright. Well, I'm opposed to when it's, like, actual fraudulent claimants and third-party claimants, right? Like, I start to have a little bit of criticism there. I don't know. It's just about being fair. And that's why the TF2 soundtrack is under fire, if I remember correctly. Because people, I guess, are trying to, like, make covers or something of it, of, like, the tracks, and then they're claiming other artists, or they're claiming, like, ownership of it. And so, yeah, at a situation like that, a company like Valve, if that happens, right, is going to be in a situation where they have to, drop the hammer. They have to be like, all right, well, you guys, wanted to claim copyright ownership of this. You guys clearly don't have this. Well, now we're going to make sure that we're claiming copyright ownership of this. Like, because they, literally hold the IP, right? I don't know, dude. It's the fact that this happens on YouTube is wild to me. And I honestly wholeheartedly think that there should be severe consequences to copyright fraud, right? Like, if I were to send...
YouTube will never enforce it.
Like, if Raven made a video and I was to, like, file a false DMCA against Raven right now, Raven should be able to point out that that's bullshit, and honestly, I should have my channel terminated if I'm being completely honest, because that just shows just genuine lack of integrity, which then you're correct, yeah, they would never, their hands are tied in certain aspects on that.
There's a lot of what goes on YouTube that's easily preventable, and they just don't want to do it because it costs money.
Yeah. Well, it's until someone messes up big enough, and then suddenly they care. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm like super thankful for my platform. I'm super thankful that like, even when I have some bad weeks and bad days, that people are still just like, nah, this Kip dude is just clearly stressed, right? And I don't immediately just get axed. Like, I am thankful to be doing what I do. That doesn't mean that I don't have criticisms. I'm bad on money in that case. I guess that, yeah, which is a problem. I was wondering when this scene came into play. I had seen this from the original.
Mama? Mama, I was looking for you. You're the only one left. Maybe then I can finally rest. Mama. What's wrong? Wait. You're not my mama. It's you.
I'm sorry, Angela. I think you were right. What we're looking for, it's not here. Not anymore.
Thank you for helping me earlier. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserve what happened.
No, Angela, that is not true.
Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me? Will you love me? Care for me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James. Give me back the knife.
No, I won't.
He is doing the
Save
correct
it
thing here.
yourself. Have it your way. It doesn't change anything.
Reminds me of Diablo a little bit. Like the old Diablo 1, Diablo 2, like animation style.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Yeah, the fact that her Silent Hill is just the entire world burning around her. I'm interested. It's actually interesting that she goes her own way. I mean, it makes sense that they part ways here. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting James to follow her, but then again, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like I said, like I like see. I'll watch videos, right, on Silent Hill 2, but I don't know how how everything pieces together. So it's really cool to see things like this where they are pieced together. Person that smiles back. That's one way to word it. We're in the basement again, aren't we? I hear it. Can't see it. I still love the background scream. Just it happens, just sometimes. If they refuse that help, though, there's nothing more you can do. Yeah, there's a number of like. This is definitely a game that is great to experience. I would absolutely recommend having a very strong mental state playing this. or at the very least be pretty reasonably well cemented in your worldview. Because this is, like I said, Abstract Daddy actually just messed me up a little bit. That fight was very rewarding to beat the shit out of him at the end. 312 to be cleared out. No one's returning. Truly mature for this. I mean, that's the thing, is there's people who can play this, you know, as a kid. Not gonna take that away from them. I couldn't have done this. There's a reason that, like, I played Resident Evil for a hot minute. I mean, I played Resident Evil 4 since I was in middle school, Resident Evil 5 in high school. But even then, like, things like shit that Krauser says in RE4 flew over my head as a kid, right? Like, we've talked about it in a few reactions. Krauser talks about, you think a conservative mind can chart a new course for the world? Shit flew right over my head until my last playthrough. And I'm like, oh, that's what he means by this, right? Or, you know, insert Wesker, Resident Evil 5, Ouroboros, and, like, the entire, just eugenics, right? Like, just, there's so much. Is that just a delayed hit sound effect? What was that? You start Spec Ops: The Line. That is on my list. Yes, that is on my list. And ideally, now that I'm doing effectively multiple different episodes on multiple different series over on the gaming channel, hopefully I can get to shit. Ah, yes, the wall. Because, so some of the subtext on the game, right, like a lot of, like, breathing issues, wheezing and stuff, right? And then it makes sense because, you know, James put the pillow over Mary's face. But this is, if I understand it correctly, symbolic of all his memories coming together, right? There's some subtext. Yeah, this is iconic. This was a very interesting way to do it. I was under the impression there was only going to be 9 save points because 9 squares, which clearly there's more than 9 save points, right? Unless the original only had 9. But, like, I liked this. I like this feeling, like, showing of, like, completion and wholeness. Restoration, if you will. Very interesting. I know what this fight is, so I technically am a little spoiled. Ooh.
Leave her alone. Leave us both the hell alone.
So notice that there's 2 now. Wow. Gruesome. I think the Giant's Knife was relegated to a path clearing thing, a path clearing device in the remake.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
Represents a self-conscious desire punishment for James for his sins, self-hatred at what he did and how weak he was, and hence why we get to the constant torturing of himself, throwing himself, like at the hospital, throwing him down. Yes, to continue, but to confront himself. So the question becomes, who's the second Pyramid Head? I know who it's supposed to represent, but who does chat think it is? I'm wasting ammo. Is this a time bit? This might be a time bit. Ow. and yet he shows up in other games. This, playing Silent Hill 2, yes, it's the remake, but playing Silent Hill 2 has genuinely made me pissed off that Pyramid Head is in any other game, in any other Silent Hill media. Because it doesn't fucking make sense. Like, it wouldn't be hard to design another... just another character. Pyramid Head worked in the context of Silent Hill 2. Yeah, his design and his mask are iconic, but, like, the reason why they work is a product of Silent Hill 2's imagery and setting and theme. You have to fight them here? That's what I thought I heard from the original, is that this was an actual fighting bit. But it doesn't look like they're taking damage, that's why I asked. Yeah, it only makes sense in the context of 2. You fucking tell his attack like fucking Godred in the Elden Ring. The heat death of the universe. I walked into that one. It's the staggered attacks that are throwing me off. Fuck. I mean, that staggered him. They take enough damage to get staggered. Light filtering down from above as they take damage. I was amazed that they died on that one. How much health do you guys fucking have? I think they're done. They're done. I wasted a couple shells there. Okay. It is kind of cool to see the scene and imagery. Not in a video, but actually play through it. The name of the achievement is obsolete. Destroy what you don't need. Does he need to be punished anymore? Has he come to realize... yeah, the fact that they're eggs, too, is actually kind of interesting, I guess. I'm sure there's imagery there that I'm absolutely missing. Scarlet and rust-colored eggs. Context matters. It fucking does. Yeah, like I said throughout the fight, like, it pisses me off to know that Pyramid Head is in like Homecoming, because it just you know that it, or like even the movies, right? Because you know it's just done as a cheap, like, oh, well, let's just go get a, you know, let's get just get a cheap gag off, right? And it's like, why? Why are you like this? Good question. Rose-colored eggs. A little low on healing. Nostalgia bit. Yeah, it's an easy paycheck, right? Why would you need to why would you need to try when you can simply just not give a shit?
Want, James? Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers.
Listening to this not determines the ending? Really?
Just go home already. Look at me. I'm disgusting. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway.
I don't...
It'd be easier if they just killed me.
Well, this is her at the end of her time in the
The
hospital.
hospital's making a nice profit off of me. Why are you still here? I told you to go.
I think I'm still not a boss.
Don't come back.
I don't actually know much about Silent Hill 1. Like, I know story beats, but I don't know how it all progresses.
Wait.
Please.
Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not gonna die.
I guess Angela's fate is kind of left, like, ambiguous, isn't it? Like, she kind of just walks into the flames. But... So it's implied that she's the second Pyramid Head. Unless we have confirmation on what her fate actually is. Looking at this, it seems fairly ambiguous. Oh, I thought I hard crashed for a second. That was actually the game chugging. Suffering from still humiliating, disfiguring, painful. Oh yeah, 100%. No, like, and it's not a cut and dry story, because like, Mary, in a lot of ways, is frustrated and takes it out on James, but she doesn't mean it because she's just frustrated herself. And James, at the end of the day, his actions, while inexcusable, people can understand why he would do it. Not, once again, that you can excuse it, right, reasonably. But you can see how he comes to the conclusion he does and how it affects him. And in health. Well, and that's how I thought it was supposed to be. It was, Fate forces the mind. 6. Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's like, don't get me wrong, like, if your partner does something inexcusable, right? Like, they do something hyper illegal with people who they definitely shouldn't be doing things with, right? Like, yeah, that is one of those, like, few breakaway moments, right? I would argue. Reasonably, though, you should be doing everything you can to work with each other, compromise where you need to, right? And I think that separation in itself is how I view relationships, especially romantic ones, in a different light than a lot of people. Because it really seems like that's just not how that works anymore. But I guess you could also argue, I'm sure I could speak to people, you know, who grew up in the past 80 years, and they can say, I'm sure they'll say the exact same things, right? The exact same things as we're seeing today, you know, modern gender wars and You know, people not taking shit seriously. This room is very arena shaped, don't you think? I wonder what ending I got. That was fairly aggressive.
Mary? I have missed you so much.
I've missed you too. We can finally be together. Forever.
No.
Hmm?
James. Honey. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I know you tried,
James, please.
but she's gone. I know that now,
Stop it.
and I can't just keep pretending.
Shut up! What do you want? Do you even know anymore? I'm yours. I'm here for you. So what if I'm not her?
That's the point.
I can give you what she never could. I can be better than her. What else do you want me to be? What else can I be?
I am so sorry, Maria. I really am. But this has to stop.
I was
It's time to
Maria
let go.
isms. We're coming out there, yeah.
No.
And what do you mean no? You can't just say no. Yeah.
I won't let you do this to me.
Okay.
I won't let you go. I can't!
Interesting use of flashing back and forth between two models. Minimalistic but effective. Okay, so the masses you can hit with bullets. Are those mob? What's the symbolism on moths? What is the moth specifically here? Because I know there were moths in the apartment earlier in the game. What is the usage here specifically? What's the theme they're going for? Oh, I hate that. Yep, because this is new. This is taking themes from Flesh Lips, which is honestly makes a lot of sense. Decay and death, gotcha. Really? Pots symbolize that? What culture? Yeah, flesh lift with extra steps. I knew what to vaguely expect. I mean, and also it makes sense to draw from flesh lips, right? Like, logically, this makes sense. Take my 2 shots. Celtic mythology mostly got it. Ecos, they probably got associated with death and decay. I guess that makes sense. At least the decay parallel makes a lot of sense. Ooh, hello. You serious? I got maybe 1 good shot and I can leave. Update version MSI BIOS. I would understand it. I would understand BIOS would be updating fairly regularly.
Usually your BIOS never update.
Really? I didn't know that. I don't dig in my BIOS.
The BIOS
either.
update can easily fuck up your entire system. That's why you're not supposed to mess with it or do anything unless you absolutely need to.
Gotcha.
BIOS updates what got MSI or no Asus in trouble a while ago because they voided their fucking warranties and just bricked a bunch of people's computers.
Interesting. Literally missing those. I missed both those shots because I was trying to fucking be cute with that. Phases she has, so I'm trying to meter my ammo a little bit. Phase 3 over. We're expecting at least 1 more. Really? Only 3 phases?
James.
That doesn't feel right. I like that it is a modular ending, to be fair. Because I'm sure that, because I saw the light flash, I'm trying to
Mary.
remember if you can spare her, but that's also a different ending.
Handsome.
I mean, bold choice giving it up, you know, letting the player finish it.
Sorry.
Don't be. I told you. I wanted the pain to end.
Yeah. You did. But that's not why I did it. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
If that's true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary.
It's okay, James. Here.
What is this?
It's what you've been looking for.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's going to be a very hard conversation to have, to be fair. I might have missed something. No, or is this a letter to Laura? Be the best ending? I don't know how I did it. I was expecting to get the one where I drive into the water. I don't know what the criteria for endings are. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, leave ending is effectively you reach self-actualization, and he, I guess, is assumed to adopt Laura, but he leaves Silent Hill, and whatever consequences
In my
await
restless
him.
dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you to come and see me. But you never do. So, I wait. Wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know, I've done a terrible thing to you. I wish I could change that, but I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it is. The doctor came today. Told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this could be my last chance. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I missed you so much. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Every time you come to see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, maybe I just disgust you. I'm so sorry. When I first learned I was gonna die, I couldn't accept it. I was so angry. I struck out at everyone I loved. Especially you. And that's why I understand if you hate me. But I want you to know, I will always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. Which means that as you're reading this, I'm already dead.
Good shots leading
That's
away
okay.
from town. Backtracking
I'm
through.
not afraid of it anymore. I just hope the pain will end soon. So that you remember me for who I was. And not what the disease made me. I want you to go on. I want you to live. For yourself. And for others. Like you did for me. James. You made me happy.
The shot leaving as well. The shot leaving also is very additive of this. I'm honestly surprised that this game even got a remake, if I'm being honest. Especially in a day and age where it feels like things like the Dead Space remake were seen as too risky. I mean, look at the game, right? Like, how many, you know, sensitivity warnings, you know, certain content warnings, right? Like, how that game was littered with those. And don't get me wrong, the flashing lights and stuff, yes, I do like that there are things to deal with the flashing lights, but this was a very, very risky and ambitious project to remake in the really just like really hyper clean year of 2025, right? Like, see, I say that, but like, let me turn this down. So, I'm of a couple minds about this. Sorry, I had to turn down the volume because so I can actually speak over the audio. Like, assuming this is fairly one-to-one of the original, at least in terms of like story, themes, progression. Like, clearly it's not a one-to-one, right? And clearly it references some of the older puzzles and that, which I think is great for longtime fans, right? And I mean, the game itself is very abstract. So I mean, it's just like, I mean, I'm just like, what am I looking at? To which chat clarifies this is something from the original Silent Hill 2, right? I think that there's a good progression here. Like, I definitely see why people like it. I can't wait to go back and play Original 2 at some point. I can't wait to see the other titles in the Team Silent entries. Because 1 and 3 connect to each other. So I've already ran 4. We've already dealt with Walter Sullivan. We have also, that was on easy. Like, God, I don't put that game on harder difficulties would be wild. So now we've done 2, which is the big one that people like, the big one that people will reference when it comes to Silent Hill. And then 1 and 3, we already know that 4 references. Yeah, there's 4 references too. There's a lot of like interplay, like Walter Sullivan's gravesite, talking about Miriam and her brother, right? But like, I'm of two minds, because on one hand, I'm like, this is great, right? There's a couple parts, like the stupid labyrinth cube, that I just abhorred, right? Also, clarity on endings as well. I was under the impression that because if you kill enemies, it leads to James being more aggressive and thus affecting the ending. But I could also be wrong. But I was under the impression this whole time, that's why I was worried about trying to kill about this amount of enemies I'm killing, right? Because I know, like we talked about in Silent Hill 3, that's why the quote-unquote murder rooms exist, and that are filled with nothing but enemies to help pad your kill count to get a specific ending. So I'm of two minds. On one hand, I think that this is a great game. If I had to say, like, at its core, Silent Hill 2 as a concept, right? I think Silent Hill 2 as a concept is fantastic. I'm bordering on that 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. I don't know where I'd put it personally. I mean, there's some old gamers, old isms, but I mean, I think in a modern iteration, especially because I'm definitely leaning my shots in certain, like that my aiming is bad. I'm trying to think of a part that really stood out as bad, like the labyrinth, but the labyrinth is just kind of like, apparently everyone hates the labyrinth. Apparently everyone hates the cube part, right? There were definitely some changes that I'd like to see when I go back to the original, like being able to find Pyramid Head's knife. You know, being able to find his giant cleaver. I think that'd be really cool. Because that was a weapon in the original. And there was definitely some changes, it sounded like. And there was definitely, like, in addition, I think the statue, right? The statue Maria showed, right? I think that the additions will be interesting to see going in retrospect. I mean, yeah, like, both of these are a work. I feel like, yeah, like, I feel very Majora's Mask 3D about it, right? I would play Majora's Mask 3D for certain things, and I would play Majora's Mask 64, GameCube, whatever, right? It's a GameCube, get 64 base, right? And I would play the original for other reasons, right? Mechanically, things like Deku skipping, the momentum being kept, right? And we've talked about this all ad nauseum, so I'm not going to try to not reiterate it. And I feel that there is value and merit into playing both of these. Rate on the story and gameplay separately, I think that, like, the gameplay wasn't even that bad. Like, as, like, you have to understand my isms when I, like, tell something to f off, right? Is, like, in the moment, right? Like, you know, just shit posting, right? Just shitting on the thing for, just hitting you, right? Like, like that, how do I word it? Like when your buddy punches you in the arm and you call him a dick, that kind of thing, right? Like, the gameplay I thought was fine. I thought certain things were a little too abstract. Even on normal, some of the puzzles just felt really abstract, where I'm like, I don't know how you come to these conclusions. I don't think there was a bad bit, though. I think the hospital chugged on for a while. Like, I think that chugged on for way too goddamn long. I guess, so I don't think I'm running on a solid state. I will say and recommend. I don't think that's fair to really say that I blame the game when, if a solid state is required and or recommended, like, is that fair to say game optimization issues if it's designed with that in mind, right? Like, and that's where I think, like, I try to differ, is like, I try to, like, what is being presented here, right? If it is recommended to use an SSD for this game, I mean, it's recommended to use an SSD for this game. The fact that it functions not on an SSD, but on an HDD, yeah, it's slower. It's choppy in certain sections, but, like, it works. So, I'm of two minds. I think rating Silent Hill 2 as a concept, it's hard. It's between that 9 and 10. I don't know where I'd really rate it. I'd have to really sit with it. Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's crazy. Actually did well because before this they were gonna make shit. I mean, honestly, this was a very good product. This was a very, as long as hospital sections dragged on for, like, it was a suspenseful survival horror game, right? At its core, it's not Resident Evil Village, right? It's not something like Helldivers. I mean, shooter genre, right? Like, it's your ammo is scarce. Land your shots, 5 head, right? Don't pull way to the left and miss the nurse, right? Like, you had to really think about that, and you started to feel that. And especially in certain sections of the game where you could feel that oppression. And even in the prison, right, where you stick your hand in the hole and then like these enemies are going to come back alive and all the enemies come back alive. You can fight every single one of those enemies. You can also choose, like we did, choose to not, and just choose to run and leave, right? The dodge and weave. I think the dodges are, as contrary as this is going to sound, I think the dodges and weaves are honestly great. Yeah, I got hit by Pyramid Head a lot. Yeah, I got hit by the stupid giant arm things a lot. I always forget their name. Like, yeah, I got hit by them a lot. But, like, the dodging feels fair. Like, the fact that you can chain them back and forth, and things seem to operate in threes in this game. You swing your pipe 3 times, right? It's to prevent absolutely just spamming it, which is definitely a criticism with one of the Western Silent Hill games. I think it's Homecoming, where, yeah, melee weapons are just... Mandarins, thank you. Where melee weapons are just meta. Just use melee weapon. Just stab thing in the face repeatedly, right?
Oh,
like...
You're definitely going to enjoy Forte, because my understanding is Forte... people are saying the combat is very Souls-like. You're doing a lot of dodging and time, like trying to parry and stuff like that.
I think this was a good game to finish before Forte. And if Forte doesn't have any issues with optimization, if it actually comes out, and like, I get the odd hiccup, I get the odd bug, it's going to happen. That's just how it works with PC software. Like, if it comes out and it's a good product, I will be genuinely impressed. But that we'll see how that dates itself. Also, this is going to be running concurrently because this is already out through January 2026 on a weekly release schedule. So Silent Hill Forte will be in tandem with it. So there's going to be a little bit of like delay, if that makes sense. I mean, it took me 20 hours. Game to beat said it takes about 20 hours. I mean, yeah, 20 hours on the nose. On standard, ending clear 1 of 8, ending which I actually wanted, honestly. Love distance travel, wow. Consumables picked up, notes picked up, tried to open, number of times tried to open locked doors. Fuck off with that. So I also don't know the criteria as well for the endings. I know, like, so if you spend more time with Maria, technically it is, I know in the original, as I said, I don't think they've mapped it fully, but how I understand the interaction works is... because you're spending more time with Maria, it's James trying to get away from Mary. So limiting your time with Maria, you know, in trying to search for his wife, checking the letter every so often. When James gets hurt, healing him pretty quickly, right? There's a few things that I'll tie into this, which was why I was really curious about killing enemies in this game. But I mean, all in all, I mean, fuck, man. If I'm being honest, this is actually really close to a 10 for me. Like, is this something I'd play habitually? I'd probably do maybe a yearly, not stream really, but a yearly playthrough of this. It's a very heavy game. And, I mean, sure, I'm sure that there's some extras, unlockables, consumables. I will say, I technically can't judge it in the full story capacity because we don't have Born from a Wish, not in the remake, at least as of yet. And if we do get Born from a remake and it comes out, sure, I'll boot it up. We'll have another episode come out for that, or however many episodes that'll take. But we are missing Maria's storyline with how she kind of gets involved into this. I don't know everything that Born from a Wish brings to the table, if I'm being completely honest. But I do know that is a big one, and it was released with the Silent Hill 2 Complete Edition or whatever. So, Coin Puzzle also adds points to 1 of 3 endings. Does it really? The coin puzzle as well. Interesting. Yeah, and there's numerous like things like that just kind of add to it. So I'd be actually curious on a breakdown if it actually exists. But I mean, I'm fairly happy. I got the ending that I wanted to leave it all behind. Abstract issues partially because of the fact that the combat version feels good at points, and the OG always made combat feel awful. Right, and that's the thing is you're not some super soldier, right? So apart from like Homecoming, where you're technically playing the role of like a veteran coming back from war. Yes, there's nuance in that, so I'm saying the words playing the role, right? It doesn't necessarily make sense for James to be some Master Chief, right, or Doomslayer, right? He's just a dude going through the town of Silent Hill. But goddamn, if this ain't close to a 10. I mean, this is harsh. This is a hard one for me to really rate. I enjoyed my time. I thought it was great. I thought that there was a lot to really love about the game. Enemies killed 337. You can tell that I definitely have a steel pipe. I definitely have a melee bias in this game. Times died 3, not bad. I'm surprised I didn't get a rating at the end of that, though. You can access to New Game Plus, play with access to additional items, graphics, modes, and endings. I do know that there's like a chainsaw. I'll have to explore some of that content at a later date. But I mean, like, I thought, oh, there's also another ending, right? The ritual ending, which is very ambiguous. That was another ending I'd be interested in trying to get. But thank you all for watching. I think at the end, if you choose Man of the Water ending point. Wait, so answer at the end. Man, water ending point. Serpent adds a point to leave, and Lady adds a point to re-ending, because the question is, who do you blame? I think I did choose the Serpent, right? Yeah, so that would make sense. We can always YouTube the other endings. Yeah, that's also fair as well. But a very heavy game, and I also am getting ready to play Forte as well, which will be, as of this finishing in early 2026, this will be definitely you can just go right into Forte. But that's it for Silent Hill tonight. I need to go swap over laundry. I might swap over to another game. We're gonna see. And then that's it for Silent Hill. So if you're on the gaming channel, thank you for watching.